It's official. We are officially moving to Spain finally. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I'm currently in San Antonio right now. I'm going to get ready for the day and I thought that I would sit down and chit chat with you guys and give you guys an update on what's been going on with the visa and where we stand and what our plans are. The last video I posted was a video of us leaving Orlando, so we are no longer in Orlando. We are in San Antonio right now at a family member's house. And we were just staying here until we were able to find out what was going to happen with the visa. So in today's video, I'm going to explain to you what the process was for us to get to where we are now. And yeah, we'll just chit chat. So if you're new to my channel, my name's Allie. I am an Orlando-based flight attendant, but I'm currently in San Antonio in the process of moving to Spain with my family. So I'm going to be vlogging all about the process of us moving to Spain and sharing a lot of our new life in Spain. So make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to have you. Make sure you're also following me over on other social media platforms. I'm very active there as well. So, all right, let's get into it. I have my mic on because the house is completely empty, so there's like a huge echo. There's really nothing in the house. So I thought that the mic would help, so hopefully it does. I'm gonna start out with the Kosas Dream Beam Comfy Smooth Sunscreen. This is what I have been using on top of another SPF that I use every single day. I just think SPF is very important, so I'm always lathering it on. And I actually really like this one. I'm almost out of it. And I use it with the Say Glowy Super Gel in Star Glow, and I just like to mix the two together. So we made it to San Antonio on the 19th, I believe. We unloaded the U-Haul. We went back to a hotel because we had already booked a hotel that night. We returned the U-Haul, and then the next day we came to the house, and we have been here ever since. We have been locked up in here because it is way too hot to do anything. So if we take the kids to the park, I just feel like it's to the point where it's a little bit dangerous to even be outside. Like, you can't be outside for more than like 15 minutes because it's almost like 100 degrees, and you know, this heat is just not the safest to be outside. I don't know how we did it growing up. We have been inside watching movies, playing games, hanging out, organizing things, reorganizing everything, making sure that everything's going to fit. We have a lot of suitcases because remember, we are taking our entire lives in suitcases over to Spain. We are going to ship a few things, like things that we can't take, like our electric bikes and stuff like that. We're leaving them here, and then eventually we're going to ship them out to Spain. So we're really only packing the important things with us right now. So for my base, I used the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter in the shade, what shade am I in? Shade 1, which is fair. And then the Kosas BB Burst Tinted Gel Cream in the shade 12, which is light neutral. So we had been going back and forth with the consulate because they needed a specific document. So we were trying to get that document for them, and we finally got it. And as soon as we sent over the document to them, our status online changed from in process of resolution to resolved. But the thing is that it just says resolved. It doesn't say approved or in favor of or favorable or not in favor of or anything. So we were still kind of like, like, what does that mean? Are we approved? Are we not approved? We had seen online that it means that you are approved, but still, like, you still never know. I was still afraid that we would show up and then they would give us a letter saying, sorry, you're denied. I was just mentally preparing myself for absolutely anything. So maybe like 2 days later or something, we received an email, or not an email, a text message saying that our applications were ready for pickup. So we had to go back to the Miami consulate and go pick them up. Thankfully, because we have flight benefits, George was able to get on a flight and go to the consulate and pick up everything. He actually flew to Orlando because the flights to Miami were full, and he took the Bright Line, which is a train that connects from Central Florida to South Florida to Miami, and he was able to make it to the consulate. You only have like a certain window to go in and get your application. So he went in and he managed to get everything, and they handed him the visas, which I was so happy when he called me and he sent me a picture of the visas, because I was like, oh my gosh, this entire time, this is what we have been waiting for. It is real. It is happening. We are getting our visas. We are moving to Spain. So it's official. We are officially moving to Spain finally. Our visas are approved, and it took a while for it to hit me because I just couldn't believe it. Like, I still can't believe it. It doesn't feel real. It still just does not feel real. I just cannot believe we're actually doing it. A comment that I received on my last video of us moving out of Orlando, and then also just like I've received it on Instagram. People were concerned that we were jumping the gun pretty much and just moving out without knowing an answer, without having an answer, and what happened if we got denied. Well, thankfully, we did have a plan B, C, and D actually. If for some reason Spain didn't work out, if we didn't get this visa approved, what would we do? We did have a backup plans. Obviously, we have 3 kids. We can't just make these decisions without thinking of our kids and what their best interest is. So we were prepared for that to happen, for us to get denied, and you know, it would have obviously not been ideal, you know, because that's what we want to do. We did want to move to Spain, but like I said, we do have 3 kids to think of, so we don't make uninformed, uneducated, and impulsive decisions. Like, we just don't do that. That's not who we are. We've actually never been like that. Thankfully, we have always been on the same page when it comes to our decision making, when it comes to our family. I did get that question asked a few times, and don't worry, like, we just don't make those types of decisions without actually thinking everything through. Okay, so now that we have the visa approved, what is next? So we are actually waiting to leave. We do have to have a few things in place here before we leave. We want to make sure that we don't just leave everything hanging and just be like, oh, we have our visas, we can go now. No, there are still a few things that we have to take care of before we leave. We were actually supposed to leave tomorrow, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen because one, George got very sick and he needs his rest, and I honestly don't think it's good for him to fly the way he's feeling. It's not good for his ears, it's not good for his health, and we both need to be completely there because we're traveling with 3 kids and then all of our suitcases, and it's a lot. It's going to be a lot. So he definitely needs his rest. And then also the loads don't really look that great. I think there's only 7 open seats and we only really need 5, but we don't want to go all the way to Dallas because, mind you, we have to fly out of Dallas. We're not flying out of San Antonio. We're going to drive from San Antonio to Dallas and then fly out of Dallas to Madrid so that we are able to get there that way. So we don't want to drive all the way to Dallas and then not make it on the flight. I feel like that would be very, very stressful, and it's going to be too much. So we want to make sure that we go on a day where it's more than just cutting it close. A lot can change, honestly. A few days ago there was 13 open seats and now there are only 7 open seats. It has happened that a flight has been pretty much wide open and then all of a sudden it goes from that to being oversold for many reasons. It could be that people just randomly bought a ticket, or people just switched over to that flight from a different flight. All it takes really is a family of like 4 or 5, and then we don't get on the flight because we are using my flight attendant benefits to fly because it is definitely expensive to buy 5 tickets to go to Spain. So if we can use my flight benefits, why not? I think we're just going to be playing it by ear and just checking the loads and pretty much picking the day that looks the best for us to try and go. Hopefully we're not here for too long though, because every day that we are in the United States, it costs us a little bit more. And that is because if we want to go buy food to make here at the house, we have to buy pots and we have to buy a spoon, we have to buy utensils obviously to make the food because the house is completely empty. And then we're also ordering food and that also adds up too. And honestly, I am so tired of ordering food. I cannot wait to have like my own space and start making our homemade food again. I really miss that. I feel like the lighting's a little weird because I'm using natural light and the sun keeps going in and out. So sorry about that. I really like this bronzer. It's the Patrick Ta Duo, and I used to really like the cream bronzer, but once I discovered the Dibs Duo bronzer sticks, I actually really like those. So I've only been using the powder for bronzer and for eyeshadow as well. I've really been into Dibs beauty products. I really like the contour sticks and then the blush. This is the Big Duo blush in Spice Gal, and I really like their dual-ended brush. I use it for cream and for powder as well. The boys are definitely ready to get out of the house. We have just been inside the house just playing games and doing things, and every now and then we'll go out and run errands. but right now I'm gonna get them ready to go to a kids museum here, just so that they can play and do something indoors, because like I said, the outside is just so unbearable right now, the heat. So that way they're still doing things, they're out of the house, but also in AC. I did take them to watch Inside Out 2 the other day while George was in Florida, and they really liked the movie. It was my first time taking all three by myself to the movie theater, and it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. It was actually really good. Today I'm taking all three by myself just so George can rest, because we need him to be like 100%, like I said, for the move. I had to finish my makeup off camera because the boys came in and it just got crazy. It got a little hectic. They're definitely ready to get out of this house and go do something and let all that energy out. So we're going to go to, I think it's called Doceum, I'm not sure. But it's a children's museum that I found online. So we're just going to go there, hang out, and, you know, just spend the afternoon there. And then hopefully we're able to leave within the next few days. But of course, I will keep you guys updated. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram if you have Instagram, because I'm pretty much updating you guys there on almost real time. I don't really post in real time just because I'm just scared of everything. So I try to be careful with posting in real time, but I do try to keep you guys updated. So at least you will see when we are leaving and on our way to Spain. So I'm going to end this video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if it's your first time here. I know I'm going to get asked if I'm quitting my flight attendant job. I'm not quitting my flight attendant job. I'm going to keep my job, and I still haven't figured out the whole commuting situation. So I'll let you guys know once I figure it out. But for now, I'm not quitting my job. I'm going to keep it. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if it's your first time here, and I'll see you guys in my next video.